Hello everyone, new episode. Today I got B-Boy Focus over here from the Promo Crew Finland. Enjoy this episode. Peace.
Yeah, boom.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
My name is Jussi Sirviö. People call me Focus all around the world. I represent Promo Crew, Helsinki, Finland, Cypher Studio turning 10 years next year, and also B-Boy and Bigo Dojo, which is bboydojo.com. You can have different levels and different approaches into understanding foundation, or different ways of perceiving foundation. Of course, foundational moves can be thought about, but that's just foundational move. That's not the foundational approach. You can have a foundational approach without the foundational moves. You can have a foundational approach into interpreting, expressing the music in the way that whatever music brings out to you in a b-boy or b-girl context comes out. Stuntman is a great example about this. His foundation, as far as foundational move, I'm sorry stunts, but that's not too strong. Yet his approach is foundational. The way that he expresses his way of being in the universe is foundational. He's very creative, but he approaches it in a b-boy freestyle battle perspective kind of way. So if you see stunts rocking an incredible breakbeat, you can see that connection without some of the foundational moves, right? So it's a foundation. Foundation can be seen as the moves, as the approach, and as the way of creating, as the way of putting it all together. So you can have all these different approaches. Up to you what angle you want to look at it from. I think dance can be a spiritual experience as long as you let go of the thought process. The thought process slows you down tremendously. The conscious mind is slow. It's an effective one, but at the same time the process is slow. So if you can bypass that one and go for the subconscious in that way, that's a more stronger motor in that way. So if you can let access that one and let it take control, that's when your spirituality takes over. You forget about what you called the foundational moves earlier, the music, and existence moves you. And that's when you channel something else that you possibly can't explain. And that's what we're speaking about. Yes, there's always been a disconnect, and it's getting bigger and bigger every single year. But it's hard for us to explain what is hip hop supposed to be. I was born in 1983. Hip hop was already there. It was named 2 years earlier than I was born by BAM. So we can't tell what hip hop really is supposed to be like. We can just live and experience it and influence it by doing us, right? And what we experience out of it. But of course the disconnection is getting deeper every single year, and of course breaking has always been divided. Ever since people put it on stage and people started the competition aspect, that wasn't the original approach. The original approach was the party. So you would rock the ciphers, but that wasn't all night. You would battle when it was the time of the battle, and after that it's time to socialize. That aspect's been put away, and the focus has been put on the stage with the 3, 2, 1, point out the winner, right? Whoever gets the prize money and the bragging rights. So that's a different approach already than the original approach, which is cool. Of course, that's development, and it's a natural development as well. Once things get bigger, sometimes things get watered down, or actually always things get watered down for some aspects. But I'm happy to say that the underground is still there, and it's bigger than ever before. We have a lot of ill jams that concentrate more on the cultural aspects. People say it's lost, but it's not. It's big. You just gotta dig deeper. Sets are for beginners, and I still stick to it. That's something I learned from k-mel from when he came to Finland 2000 and something one. Yes, and I still believe it, really. The deeper level of mastery is not based on choreography, it's based on expressing the music. If you plan everything beforehand, you can never know what the DJ is gonna drop on you. You can never know what the battle is gonna bring upon you. You can't react to whatever your opponent throws with a set, or you can pretend to, but it's not gonna be honest, really. Pure reaction takes place at the moment and in time, and if you plan it before, then your thought process is behind. You're in the past, but you're not in the present. So I still believe sets are for beginners. That's absolutely right. And beginner level doesn't mean that you started last week. You have been breaking for 20 years and you can still be a beginner from your approach. So you can always go deeper. And I think true level of mastery is freestyle, forgetting what you know and forgetting that what you've been doing in the past and living the moment and just express yourself, man. It's simple, but it's complicated. What we have with the mixtapes going on right now is incredible. The resource, the amount of mixes that's out, it's crazy. Once I was coming up, I had 1 or 2 and that was enough. I didn't have mixtapes. I was listening to full records, trying to find a nice song to break to. But we didn't have that stuff when I was coming up. So what's going on right now is incredible. The amount of stuff is strictly ridiculous. But with the amount of content, of course, 90% of it is garbage. And people get saturated with the garbage. They don't find that 5% of the ill mixtapes, not to mention the whole universe of music behind it. And that's cheap, that's weak. So of course, imagine the experience of finding a record you've been searching for years sometimes. You maybe knew the title, you knew the story behind it, or you didn't know it, but you go to a record store and you find something that you never heard before. You hear it, you smell the record, you feel the record, you see the credits on the back, and then you find a hidden gem that nobody else has. So much richer than just going to SoundCloud and clicking whatever was recently played. It's another experience, man. And that's something that's missing for everybody today. Not everybody, but majority of the people. People don't care. Or they will care if they knew about it, but they don't know about the better. So I would say digging is going to teach you so much about music, about culture, about the whole experience, and it's going to make you appreciate the music on a deeper level. Once you hear that jam in a jam, it's going to blow your mind in another way than you would get it from a mix. Just a different experience, on a deeper level. Shout out to Break to Teach, keep doing your thing. Shout out to expanding the knowledge and spreading the information, finding the hidden gems and pushing it out to the people for free. Keep doing your thing, y'all. This is Focus signing out. Check out bboydojo.com. We do the same thing, y'all. Keep up. Peace.